140 pounds overweight. Smoke 1 pack or 4 packs a day. You will be free. Call our information line at 623-266-1392 for free consultation. Your habit or addictive behaviors now can be a thing of the past. Call Hypnotic One at 623-266-1392. Now you take control of your life instead of being controlled by life. Call now, Hypnotic One at 623-266-1392.
And now, live from the KFNX studios in beautiful downtown Phoenix, it's Pain Management Arizona with Bob Miller. Good morning. Welcome to Pain Management Arizona. I am Bob Miller. I'm a licensed massage therapist, neuromuscular trigger point specialist, pain management specialist, and owner of New Serenity Massage in Peoria and Phoenix. I'm here with you every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. right here on 1100 KFNX. Also, I'm streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. Just type in Pain Management Arizona to find my channel. You'll see the live show. You can actually watch radio. How exciting is that? Almost as good as watching grass grow or paint dry. I do specialize in therapeutic massage, medical massage with trigger point therapy. This is not just basic massage. This is real lasting pain relief for things like back pains, migraines, shoulder pain, hip pain, sciatic pain, numbness, and much more. I do have 2 locations in the Valley. You can come and see me, make an appointment, get rid of your pain. In Peoria, there's an office at about 94th Drive and Thunderbird out in the Avenues, just off the 101 freeway at Sonoran Life Solutions Counseling Offices. And you can also see me in Central Phoenix on Sundays I have availability from about 10 to 1 o'clock most Sundays in the Phoenix location. That's on 7th Street between Thomas and McDowell in Urban Wellness. Wonderful wellness center there. A lot of healthcare professionals that are not medication based. They have acupuncture, yoga, meditation classes, weight loss center there, counseling. It's a really wonderful place to have there. And a 1-hour appointment for medical massage with me is only $50. That's about half the price of the big chain massage places that are charging close to about $100 for basic Swedish massage. That's really not going to do a whole lot for your pain. You can find me by visiting painmanagementarizona.com for more information on how to book an appointment at both locations. Or you can go to I'llFixYou.com, where you'll also find free stretching charts, ebooks, coupons, discounts, and gift cards. And the phone number to reach me is 541-END-PAIN. That's 541-END-PAIN, because that's what I do. I focus on ending your pain. I do want to thank my sponsor, the West Valley Center for Spiritual Living. It's a multi-denominational place of worship where everyone is welcome. A sweet and relevant place to grow at 99th Avenue and Peoria, in Peoria. You can contact West Valley Center for Spiritual Living at 623-972-3205 or visit the website at WVCSL.com. That's West Valley Center for Spiritual Living, initials, WVCSL.com. We are a loving, joy-filled community honoring the many paths to God as we learn and live the science of mind principles. West Valley Center for Spiritual Living, 623-972-3205, and visit the website at WVCSL.com. Celebrating science of mind, change your thinking, change your life. I believe they have a service starting today at 10 o'clock, so you could tune into 1100 AM on your car radio on your drive out there and check out their services. Great people out there. One of the main points I like to try to get across on my show is that pharmaceutical pain management has become a serious crisis in this country. Many pain issues can be simply resolved by releasing the knots in the muscle that are irritating the nerve, causing the pain. Most painkillers do more harm than good because they block the pain signals, and you're not even aware that you're injuring yourself worse because you don't feel the pain. Pain is the way our body tells you to stop what you're doing because you're injuring yourself. In recent years, the opioid medications have been severely overprescribed. They just had a really great thing on pain on 60 Minutes a couple of weeks ago about that. And the patients are not given the appropriate warnings about these medications, and were not when they were being prescribed. It's just really crazy because the 60 Minutes ran a thing on, I can't remember exactly what his name is, but he's one of the major manufacturers of OxyContin, and he is now rolling over on Big Pharma and the FDA, actually bringing up lawsuits because they went ahead and took money from Big Pharma, the guys at the FDA, to go ahead and change the labeling on OxyContin. Very powerful painkiller, kill painkiller and people killer. A lot of people overdosing. And it was originally with the scientific evidence that they have to provide to show that it's safe for use. They had to label it as for temporary short-term use. And then the big pharma guys said, "Hey, let's have a little consultation with you guys. Come on in. We'll give you each $35,000." And they convinced them to change the labeling with new scientific evidence to round the clock long term use, which is just insane because they originally had looked at the scientific evidence and said, no, this is dangerous stuff, short term use, temporary only. And because somebody had deep pockets, they got them to change the label, and Big Pharma made trillions of dollars off of this, and now it's finally coming to light what went on, and hopefully they'll really start opening their eyes. I'm really glad that our country is finally really opening their eyes and taking steps to get this opioid pain crisis, addressed. One of the real startling facts is that recently 80% of all the opioid painkillers produced worldwide have been consumed by Americans. America only makes up 5% of the world's population, and we've been eating up 80% of the world's supply of these powerful painkillers. Most other countries in the world only give out these painkillers to in hospitals to people that with major trauma or end of life to relieve their pain. They wouldn't even think of giving pills, a bottle of pills to somebody. And here in the United States, a couple of years ago, they calculated they had 300 million prescriptions written for opioids, painkillers. 300 million bottles of pills, and there's only 329 million people in this country total. And that's just really, really getting out of hand there. Opioid overdoses actually have been upgraded. It is now more likely you will die of an opioid overdose than in a car crash. In the United States, the possibility for dying from opioids has, for the first time, surpassed the likelihood of being killed in a car crash, according to the reports by the National Safety Council. Your odds of dying of an opioid overdose are 1 in 96. Odds of dying in a vehicular crash were 1 in 103. It's actually opioid overdose has become the fifth most probable reason for preventable death. This is just insane. I mean, what I do medical massage. There's no drugs, there's no injections. It's very, very gentle, very, very passive. And the biggest problem people have with pain, I'm not saying never go to doctors. I'm saying there are reasons you go to a doctor. I mean, severe things, broken bones, diseases, illnesses, needing stitches, things that need repair, you go to the doctor. But when it's just a pain issue, doctors, all they seem to want to do is prescribe medications for these issues. And normally, a lot of the times the medications do no good, or they end up making you injure yourself even worse. And most pains are very simple to relieve that pain because it's the knots we get in our muscles. The muscles are made up of fibers. Like when you tear apart a piece of chicken, it comes apart in little strings. Those are muscle fibers. When you get a knot in the muscle, it's from holding a muscle tight for long periods of time, over tightening it suddenly, or impacting it. And once you get some of those fibers stuck in the tight position, it stops blood flow through that part of the muscle. Now that muscle has no more oxygen, no more nutrients, and it's got blood trapped in there that has acetylcholine in it, which is the chemical that's telling it to stay flexed, and there's no fresh blood to wash that out. So what I do is I know by what you describe as your pain symptoms, I know where the nerves are in the body. I know where the muscles are in the body. I know where these nerves are running through the muscles and where it's most likely they're going to have an issue. I feel around in the muscle during the massage. I can feel exactly where each tiny little knot is or each giant cluster of knots. I apply gentle pressure and the knot will release. I'm not trying to squeeze that old toxic dead blood basically that's stuck in your muscles out. I'm just putting just enough pressure to convince the body to release it naturally. The body says, "Hey, too much pressure, can't hold this. Open the release valves, let it out." The blood goes out. I let off pressure. Fresh blood comes in. You got oxygen, nutrients into that part of the muscle again. And everything goes right back to being normal. The pressure's off the nerve. You're not getting the signals that are zipping up the nerve into your brain that your brain thinks are coming from that part of the body. Like if you're getting headaches, migraines even. I love when people come in with migraines because I know when they leave, they're not gonna get migraines anymore. I just recently, last week, in fact, I went to a conference at the Barrows Neurological Institute. I was the only non-doctor there, and I was talking with a lot of the doctors about, you know, different ways they handle migraines, and they had speakers, and all they were talking about is medications, types of medication, dosages, nerve blocks, trigger point injections, and all these have such a very low success rate to them. Very, very few people actually get any kind of relief that lasts. And I was telling these doctors and handing out my cards, telling them, "Hey, I've got a better than 99% success with migraines and headaches, as well as back pain, hip pain, shoulder pain, all sorts of stuff." But since that was all about the migraines and the headaches, and they were looking at me and they were asking me, "And you don't do injections?" And it's like, "No, I just get the pressure off the nerves." If you're getting migraines, it's gonna be pressure in the upper trapezius. It's on the accessory nerve that intervenes with the facial nerve that gives you a headache behind your eye. And they were seemed to be receptive. I haven't heard from any of them yet, but, yeah, I'm gonna actually be speaking with them about being one of the speakers at one of their next, little conferences to give a different perspective because doctors are really kinda dead set on going with what has been done before. What has been written down before them, that's what they look up. If you go to a doctor and you say you have symptoms A, B, and C, they're gonna prescribe D, E, F, and they're gonna call it XYZ because that's what has always been done. When you come to me, you explain your problem, you explain what events led up to it or just what you're feeling now, and I will get images of anatomy flashing through my head, and I will say, "Okay, well, we're gonna check the sides of the neck and the upper shoulders, and we're gonna find where these knots are in these specific muscles because that's where that nerve runs." Very gentle process, very, very passive, you know, heart almost no pain at all. And again, I do have 2 locations if you wanna book an appointment with me. This is medical massage. This is a very, very passive treatment, very, very effective for headaches, back pain, hip pain, sciatic pain, even numbness. I've been reversing numbness on people that have had numbness for decades in a foot or a hand. And one of the locations is in Peoria. It's at about 94th Drive and Thunderbird in the Avenues, just off the 101 freeway at Sonoran Life Solutions Counseling Offices. Beautiful office there. They do group couples, individual counseling services, and at Urban Wellness in Phoenix, on 7th Street, just between Thomas and McDowell, a beautiful wellness center there that has yoga classes, meditation classes, and a bunch of holistic practitioners to help you get things in your life going the right way without the need for medications. And a 1 hour session with me is only $50 right now. So that is about half the price of what the big massage places are charging for a basic Swedish massage. I don't do hot stones. I don't do aromatherapy. I do pain management. I get rid of the pain issues. Most times it's in only one session. Sometimes it takes a little longer, but most people everybody gets some relief within one session, but some problems are a little more in depth and it might take a couple because it took you a lot of years to get your muscles knotted up this badly. But you can visit my website. The show is called Pain Management Arizona, and the website is painmanagementarizona.com. And you can get more information there on how to book at both locations, or you can call 541 End Pain if you have questions or want to book with me directly. That's 541 End Pain, ENDPAIN. Or go to I'llFixYou.com, ILLFIXYOU.com, I'llFixYou.com, where you're also going to find a whole bunch of stretching charts because I think stretching is very, very important. It will not get rid of your knots. It may give you a little bit of temporary relief if you're stretching the right muscles, but it does do great for preventing getting knots in the first place. I recommend stretching to everybody first thing in the morning, no matter what kind of job you do or what kind of activities you do, or even if you're not going to be doing anything but sitting at a desk or sitting on a couch all day. If you stretch in bed when you're getting up at first thing in the morning, it just makes your entire day goes better. Your muscles, are nice and opened up. The vascular systems are working well. You're getting good blood flow and everything works much better for you. On my website, I also have as I said, the stretching charts. I've got some free ebooks on different subjects you can download for free. And I do also run coupons and specials and discounts occasionally on there. If you look hard enough, you might find those and get a little bit of a discount. And you can also buy and send gift cards, which this is really fun because if you know somebody that suffers with migraines, you could be the one that comes to their rescue. Send them a gift card for an appointment at my office. I will get rid of their migraines for you. I almost feel like I sound a little cocky saying it like that, but it's true. Everybody that comes into my office that complains of headaches or migraines, I've gotten rid of, except I think one person uh, out of in all the years I've been doing this. So that's why I say I have a better than 99% success rate with that. And I think she actually went to the doctor. She was the one that said that she had a tumor. So that's why I couldn't do that. I can't do anything for tumors, but I can do all sorts of great things with the muscles. And again, it's not just the headaches. It's headaches, back pain, low back pain, upper back pain. That's why I talk about how what I do is very exploratory. I look for where the problem is. I don't say, you have this, the book says this. If I say, if you tell me you have this kind of low back pain, I'm going to say, okay, we're going to check these areas. Because normally, if the center of your low back pain has pain and hurts, that's not where the problem is. It's closer to the muscles in your hip and along the top of your pelvis. If the upper back hurts right behind the shoulder blades, this is a hard one for people to wrap their head around. It's normally nothing wrong with your upper back. It's your upper back hurts because your chest muscles are too tight, your upper chest, because the pectoralis major, that's the one that pulls your arm across your chest. It's your hug muscle. So when that muscle gets tight and stays tight, it's pulling your shoulders inward a little bit. and it's overstretching the back muscles. So to get the back pain to go away, we got to loosen up the chest muscles. If you got a headache, I'm going to ask you, where in your head is your headache? Is it behind the eye, across the forehead, top of the head, back of the head, base of the skull, in the temple area? Because any of those different places is going to be a different muscle that needs to be addressed. Because you got the scalene muscles on the side of your neck, the sternocleidomastoid, the traps. There's different muscles cause different types of headaches. And I read the instruction manual on people. I know how you're all wired up. I know how to fix you. Actually, I'm helping the body fix itself. Very simple, very, very gentle. Another little tip I like to pass along is stay hydrated. We all live here in Arizona, and we have a very dry climate here, even though we've had some wonderful rainy weather lately. But normally we don't drink enough water. You need to forget that 8 glasses of water thing that's been bouncing around for years, because that does not apply to different size people. The best rule of thumb is drink half your body weight in ounces a day. So whatever you weigh, divide that in half, drink at least half your body weight in ounces every day. If you are being active, exercising, doing yoga, or being outside in the warm weather, drink even more than that. But every day you need to drink a minimum of half your body weight in ounces a day to stay properly hydrated, because every system of your body works on water, and your muscles are much more likely to get tensed up when you're not hydrated, because they don't have the fluid for lubrication to have the little fibers sliding nice and comfortably across each other. And, as I mentioned before, stretching is always great. And I did have a really fantastic week. And I have a fantastic week every week. I have so many amazing people that come to me that have just suffered with so many things. I had a lady that had headaches since she was 8 years old, and she's in her 30s now. And I got rid of her headaches. I had a guy that had back pain once that he's had the same back pain for 40 years. And you don't think he's been to every kind of doctor and specialist and neurologist in that time? He had. The stuff I do does not show up on MRIs or x-rays. You have to physically feel the muscle to find exactly where it is and know how to release it. It's very simple for me, but the medical world just is a little too obsessed with prescribing pills for these conditions that go away. I've had tons of people that have gotten completely off their pain medications or migraine medications after going through a treatment with me. And I did want to stand up at that conference at the Neurological Institute, because they were talking about a person that, they had migraines, for one to 2 times a month. And I wanted to stand up, and I just worked on a lady. She had migraines 3 to 4 times a week for the last 35 years. And she had tried all the nerve blocks, all the medications and stuff. And I only worked on her for 1 hour. All I did was the shoulders. I didn't do full body, just the shoulders and neck. And now she is migraine free, and it feels really good. But again, my name is Bob Miller. I am owner and operator of Pain Management Arizona. I can end your pain. I can get your headaches, migraines, back pain, sciatic pain to go away. Go to my website, painmanagementarizona.com, for more information, or call 541-NPAIN. And again, I do want to thank my sponsor, the West Valley Center for Spiritual Living. You are invited to the West Valley Center for Spiritual Living Sunday service. That's today, beginning at 10 o'clock. Wear green. It's St. Patrick's Day. We are dedicated to serving life and living and sharing spiritual tools to help create a better world for all living beings. Check us out on the web at wvcsl.com and stop by our building. That's 1 block east of 99th Avenue on the south side of Peoria Avenue, West Valley Center for Spiritual Living, 623-972-3205. Again, on the web, wvcsl.com. West Valley Center for Spiritual Living, 623-972-3205. 3205. Change your thinking, change your life. We promise that you'll always feel welcome. And again, join me again next Sunday, 9 a.m. for more Pain Management Arizona. That number again, 541 End Pain. Bye-bye, everybody.
The information and opinions you hear on this radio show are those of the host, guests, and callers, and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of KFNX, its affiliates, management, or advertisers. Arizona's only independent voice. Independent Talk 1100 KFNX. The true voice of Arizona. Independent Talk 1100 KFNX.
Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern says security has also been tightened across the country.
During opening hours and while mosques are in active use, there will be a police presence outside. While they are closed, the public will remain in the vicinity. This will continue to be assessed while the police